Damn you, Umibozo! Okay, wow. What Yorozuru can do now? Is this series really ending Evangelion style? Why Sorochi has to be smart in his writing? This chapter is perhaps the most brutal display of action of the arc so far, which says a lot, believe it or not, but it also has the intensity that continues to challenge my expectation. Honestly, I don't know where this is heading to, and I love it. It's not doing the try and true formula of receiving the key to win. Instead, it continues to have our mind circulating on how the final arc would end. It's crazy because I was so sure that this would be it, but Sorochi got us like fools, reminding us that there's a reason why it wasn't that simple to begin with. In case you didn't get what Gintoki was saying in the last chapter, Sadaharu is in fact alive, and I couldn't be any gladder to be restated. It's welcoming to see Shinpachi and Kagura's reaction towards it. They don't have to feel like they lost, similar to the past. That dog is a hell of a fighter. I was happy to see Usuro actually lost a smile when learning about Sadaharu managed to outsmart him and able to regress the Atana. Sadaharu's plan is to use himself in the head stream of the dragon veins and lower its power. The bad news is that it's only lowering the power, not removing it entirely. In other words, Sadaharu can still die if he stays there for too long. Damn it, Sorochi, just leave us alone. I got to say, and it's been said many times, Usuro got ways with words that really can stab your gut and twist it. Is much needed for the final credible villain. How he provokes Gintoki is savage as hell, placing the guilt all on him for Sadaharu's potential death. He either stays long enough to burn out, or Usuro will kill him. Talk about a lose-lose situation. Something about one small line from Gintoki can really leave a powerful punch. I'm referring to, and I quote, "I don't want to hear you talk about family." Not only I got chills from that panel alone, but the fact he said it to Usuro couldn't fit any more perfect. From a guy who is in the body of Shoyo, this has to be the worst taunt yet. If that wasn't enough, it transitions to probably the best use of dialogues with the premise of hand-holding. Yorozuru isn't a family. They're not blood related and born in different places. They're not connected whatsoever, yet they are together in one area. That alone is the reason why they won't let their hands go. That was beautifully said, as well as his paneling. The preparation for a major brawl got me blood pumping. I roared with hype. The action is intense as hell, and I think it's the bloodiest scene of the arc so far. The beatdown started off with Yorozuru was awesome. I love to watch those guys kicking asses as one. They don't need final hope, they just want their dog back. Seriously, the action is pretty damn brutal. Every panel you either seeing limbs flying or blood gushing out. It's as if Madhouse Anime Studio took over for the fountain of blood use. Usuro's entry was pretty badass, I have to admit, but damn, I seriously want to see him get his ass kicked really badly. First, he continues to taunt Gintoki that his path always leads to suffering, in which regards to Sadaharu enduring all the pain, while others are trying to protect him. That Bokuto toss was pretty sick. I love how Sorochi keeps on bringing new ideas of choreograph. The sword slice sneak attack was freaking insane. Almost forgot I'm reading shonen. Usuro has no remorse to his own clan. He smiles away with joy on his face. Hisuki then joins in, and by then, the battle was about to get a lot worse. After Usuro shared his alignment, it's time for Gintoki to share his. This chapter got some great comeback and one-liner lines. Usuro tries to act like a tyrant by insisting humans to die. Gintoki makes an arrangement with him since he likes the idea. After all, Usuro and his men are only humans as well. That collapse scene with more blood was epic. Hisugi got screwed over bad since he lost his arm and the injury remains. Gintoki actually used it on him earlier to cut his arm and play an act that he used something else. Beautiful! The moment when Gintoki stabs Usuro's eye with his crystal sword should be celebrated. Unfortunately, the plot point has been stated a long time ago. Usopp can't be defeated in his home world. The sword could have been the end-all be-all, but because they're back at Earth, where he gathers all the Atana to remain immortal, it is only a sword. Damn it! I should have thought of this, but it bypasses me because of how reassuring it was to get the key to win. To make matter even worse, Usopp breaks the sword and slams Gintoki like a scrub. I didn't expect the sword to break this soon, but this makes the challenge even more difficult than ever. I honestly don't know how he will be defeated now, and yet it's exciting. It's hard to predict, so the anticipation is greater this way. It's worth noting that the chapter reminding that people at space can't go back to Earth, so now they're most needed. The dialogues are great. Once again, those lines keep packing up strong punch. When it comes to action, it's simply gruesome, especially if you're bloodthirsty. It's intense and exhilarating. There are plenty of badass moments from multiple characters, including Usopp. That stab to the eye was crazy in more ways than one. Not only it looked brutal, but the way he smiles with a sword in his socket is bone-chilling. The chapter is intense as war can get. Yoruzuya vs Naruto is a hell of a rush, and we are only getting started. It opens with many new possibilities, with the key to victory completely disposed. The wait is killing me. So remember, if the world ends, you all have to blame Umibozu for his use on the Atana for a freaking hairspray. Because of that, we're going to die. We're all going to die. Unless he could redeem himself by killing Usopp with the hairspray. Then he will be the greatest man on Earth. No, the universe. What are your thoughts of this chapter? Do you see the possibility of Zhao 4 reunited for this fight against Usopp? Because right now he's still immortal and they don't have the sword with Atana to destroy him. So now what? Only time will tell. And that will do it for the review. I hope you enjoyed this one. If you like this and want more of this, subscribe to my channel and my world will be yours to stay. Until next time, take care.